I'm Heather Marriott, and I'm doing a persuasive speech. And here's my audience. Introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Jane Marriott. I'm Heather's mom.
Hi, I'm Lexi, and I'm Heather's daughter.
Hi, I'm Jackie, Heather's friend.
And again, also like my other mother. All right, we're going to set you up now. Okay, so thank you. Yeah, it's enough light. A little bit further down, Lexi. Thank you. All right, so part-time jobs rose from 232,000 to 28 million from the middle of 2013 to 2014. So 232,000 to 28 million, what does that mean? That means that there are a whole lot more part-time jobs than full-time jobs now. So those of us that don't have a job, in order to get the income you had before, you probably have to have 2 or 3 part-time jobs. More people in the house probably need to work than before. So, thank you for that feedback. So imagine you have a full-time job, and then you don't have a job, and you go to get a part-time job, and then, so you're at reduced pay, and then your rent goes up. And this is how homelessness happens. If you haven't considered where else you can go, or who don't have anybody to go to, that's how homelessness occurs. It's one of the ways. Let's say you are a veteran, and the war messes you up. And you've been trained to give and serve and not take. So when you get out of the military, all of a sudden you don't have a home. Your family thinks you're bonkers. You might be bonkers because you're dealing with all kinds of issues from being in war. So you don't have the family support due to your own mental issues, or you have substance abuse issues. Maybe you're drinking because you're in pain. So your family can't deal with you being drunk all the time. So next thing you know, you're homeless. Also, if you have, we have some people that are what they call chronically homeless, which means that they have a disability, or they have some other kind of mental disorder or substance abuse problems, and they've been on the street for an extended period of time. These folks are on the street. Can you imagine having a disability and being on the street? It'd be hard enough to have a disability and be with your family, right? I think we're very spoiled, I think. The government reports overall homelessness is down since 2012, but there's a sneaking suspicion that that's because of, that's because of 2 things. One called doubling up, and the other called multi-generational homes. And both of our families have multi-generational homes. You have grandchildren, children, and parents, grandparents in your house. And we have the same thing in our house. Grandchildren, children, and children. 3 generations in ours, right? So it may not be because how the homelessness has gone down. They think it has, but Americans are pretty creative, right? I mean, we are pretty creative. We're going to find a way to solve a problem. And doubling up and multi-generational houses has been proven to be on the rise. So I want to show you, and I'm going to pass this around for each of you to take a look at, but you're going to see a chart. The bottom, the green line, and we'll show it to you in just a second, but the bottom on the green line is the rise in rent. The top is the rise in the homes that are doubling up. You can see a direct correlation between the two. Rent is going up, so people are living together. Interestingly enough, New York, 42.5% of the homes in New York are doubled up. That's how high rent is. Yeah. So that is the chart. Thank you. Lexi's such a good little hostess.
I'm awesome.
All right, so Pew Research, they claim that there's a reason to believe the Great Recession is accelerating the trend of doubling up further. So what if inflation catches up to you? What if the cost of living in a home or renting becomes more than you can afford? Do you have a plan B? Lexi, are you planning for your future? What if you need to live with your family? Thank you. What if you need to take in your daughter and your granddaughter, or what if you need to live with your grandchildren? It's things we could proactively think of, but haven't really. We pretty much in the United States are reactively doing it, and my suggestion is that people start to plan for it like they did before World War II. Before World War II, it was a common thing for families to live together. In other countries, it's common for multi-generations to live together. It just hasn't been here in the United States since 1940. So I want to skip to really what are some ways that we can deal with it. One is doubling up. Another is multi-generational homes. And then, of course, there is the idea of small homes. I don't know if you've ever heard of tumbleweed homes. You may decide that you don't want to live in a house that small. They're 400 square feet. 1 to 4 people live in them. And they have an amazing use of multi-purposing space. What I would suggest is that we as Americans get really good at using space wiser. Because we have big homes and we have 1 or 2 or 3 people in these enormous homes. We could use them better. So that's what I would ask, is that you consider, even if you have a full-time job, even if you think your company is doing well, I would suggest that you plan for the future in case things change. Thanks.